Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing today?
Well, I'm just great, Neal. I did a cake. Bread, apple cake bread. I don't know what it actually is in the end.
Bread.
You baked a cake
Tastes
bread?
good. I followed the I followed the recipe for a cake, but used what's it called? What kind of flour? Spelt flour. And
Does anyone know what he's talking about?
No.
Spelt flour? What's that?
I think he
made.
bumped his head. There's like a little divot in the ceiling above him.
oh, you Americans only having just wheat to use as a grain.
Spelt is a grain.
Neal's
Yeah.
in Colorado, where they only have wheat.
Spelt is actually a very tasty grain.
Flour.
Like wheat.
Ancient strain of wheat, high in protein, nutty, complex flavors, sweeter and lighter than that of whole wheat.
So it's wheat, but not wheat.
It's better wheat, basically.
So it's wheat. All right, cool.
It's different wheat. Okay.
It's different, of course, yeah.
Yeah, different pretentious wheat. Got it.
But I have to say, maybe is it a success? Let's see.
Why don't you tell us? Is it good?
That look says not really.
It said I didn't have any cinnamon, and I did not use as much sugar as the recipe said because putting 300 grams of sugar in that cake was insane. It would have been insane. It was, by the way, it was an American recipe, which I altered because you guys put insane amounts of sugar in everything.
Sugar is the best drug. Forget all the other drugs. Sugar is amazing. Why would anyone need that?
Yeah.
Caffeine is caffeine's all right.
I have to say, every dose of sugar it fulfills my life.
No, but it does taste delicious and puts you in a good place. And sugar's amazing. I love it. I don't need hard drugs, just sugar.
Not sponsored by the sugar industry.
I mean, it's not good for you, but it's fucking delicious. Great. So why don't we go around the table and introduce our characters, because we have new characters, and let's get our tavern music going. There it is. So let's look at the map here, figure out where we're sitting today, and who we are sitting with, because we got some new folks and some old folks. Let's start with Night Viper.
Who?
CBS Tuesdays at 8 for your.
I don't know who you're talking about. There's nobody sitting extra on that table. There's just this inconspicuous figure standing at the door waiting for something to happen, like in a mantle and a hood over the face. Just
all right,
waiting for something to happen.
There's a hooded peasant hanging out by the door, just chilling like peasants do, because he's inconspicuous, so he's probably got like some straw in his mouth, munching on it.
I mean, you can't even see his face.
Yeah, he's just over there. All right, there's nobody there.
We're there.
Next is Doreen.
Well, that means Doreen's sitting here.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And do you have anything you want to tell us about Doreen as a person or a character?
Oh, jeez. Probably the most terrified person you'll ever meet.
Terrified?
Yeah, terrified. Scared
terrifying.
of everything. No, scared of literally everything.
Doreen?
Yeah.
She's not scared of everything. I've seen her fight dragons.
Yeah.
Yes. Terrified in the entire way, Neal. All of fear, she has to be terrified.
Okay.
Well, she puts up a good front for being horribly afraid of everything.
Oh, completely terrified of everything.
Next we have Torque.
What's up? Connor, I'm playing Torque.
Where's Torque sitting today? Torque. Oh, okay. Interesting. Didn't expect that. Anything you want to tell us about Torque?
He's pretty legit. I still have an open character.
So what you're saying is he can't quit?
He's too legit to quit.
These character introductions are on point today. Rob,
Yeah.
who are you playing and where are you sitting?
I'm playing Josh, a new character, and I'm sitting in the middle of the room. And to continue the whole educational and baking trends, bringing them together into one mega trend, I just got to share this with everybody. So I have here, got to introduce you to a Mexican steak bread. Okay, so this is called a steak bread because I started off cooking a steak and then I burned it. So instead I went to the store and bought a piece of Mexican sweetbread. So you might see this in the donut section at your store and go like, I don't know, it's like a donut, but it doesn't even have a hole. What kind of immigrant is it going to steal my job? What the fuck is up with it? And,
No, it's just going to be
maybe
dry.
you haven't tried it. And even if you have tried it, you might have gone, kind of dry, nothing special.
Yeah.
So here I'm going to teach you what the immigrants haven't been telling you because they hate your freedom. What you do is you take the Mexican sweetbread,
Uh-huh.
you get some butter.
Uh-huh.
For improved butter penetration, you can like use your butter knife to poke holes in the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Put some butter on top,
Oh.
and then you microwave it for 35 seconds. Take it out. It is the fucking food of the gods.
That makes sense because I see those in the windows all the time, and I've tried them, and I'm always like, this is sort of dry and bland. Why is this so popular? This makes sense.
Yeah, I got them for my students, and they were like, they were like, okay, we'll try it the way you said, and others that were like, no, I don't want it with butter. I'll just have it regular. And the reactions of all the students were just like, the ones with the butter, like, oh my god, this is amazing, and the ones were like, So
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, that's how you do it.
Wonderful. Now, who's Josh?
Josh?
Yeah, who's Josh?
He's the guy that makes Mexican steak bread.
He's just a young, kindly-looking, extremely dark-skinned, white-haired elf who's sitting there in the middle of Shenanigans with a kind look on his face, in a chair at a table in the middle. You know, he's got some drinks out for everybody. He looks very friendly and possibly noble, but yeah, just got a friendly look and a nod for everybody as they come in.
All right. Very friendly guy. Just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And last but not least, we have Matt playing May. Who is May and where are you sitting? Oh, Josh, where are you sitting? Sorry, May. We didn't figure out where Josh was. It's important. He could be anywhere. We don't know this Josh
Just
guy
sitting
yet.
at a table in the middle of the room, inviting, just sit with a look, inviting anybody who passes by to share a table with him.
So Josh is over here for the record.
Sure. Yeah, and if anybody wants to join him, he's everybody he sees, he nods and smiles to them and invites them to take a seat.
We did it, guys. We got them to sit at a different table. It only took 123 episodes.
Gosh,
But we fucking did it. Holy shit. All right, May, bring us home. Who are you? Where are you sitting?
So May Kendall is a militiaman who regularly seems to get mistaken by everyone to be female for some reason, even if they're the CM. He will be standing by the fireplace because that's where the spirits, or at least he imagines the spirit who took over this place after they went to the weird dimension-y place, and somehow May hasn't died yet, even though we're having like the worst HP rolls possible. May is, as usual, observing people because militia, and will probably be killed this episode.
Perfect. So I guess we're all hanging out, and the party is in 4 different places, people. I don't even know how we're gonna run this game. So let's start with just this random peasant. We're just gonna do some like RP. Bastian, would you play a random peasant hanging out by the door for me? What is this guy doing? This
He's just waiting.
inconsequential person. What's he waiting,
Waiting.
for?
He's
Waiting
Strider.
for something to happen. He's just, standing there. He seems like sometimes looks out of the door and back into the room. Just, probably waiting for something to happen. Some distressed person coming in, needing some help with something, and Desmond sending them off to some kind of adventurous group.
Is he drinking anything? Is he speaking to anyone?
No.
What's he wearing?
People just see this, cloth-colored, this kind of brownish cloak that completely conceals the body of the person.
Does he have a backpack on?
No.
Does he have a shield?
No.
Does he
He's
have any
only-
weapons that might like jut out or kind of stick out? Does he have like an arming sword? You couldn't hide that.
No.
No? Okay. Alright, just a dude. Let's flip over to May at the fireplace. Is it speaking to you?
No, because it never speaks to me.
Yeah.
Play rock,
So-
paper, scissors with it occasionally.
Do you ever lose? Do you ever go scissors against the fireplace?
May intentionally lose, you never know. May just needs to get a Ouija board at some point.
Ah, that'll be fun. All right, let's flip over to let's flip over to Josh in the middle of the room. What's going on,
Josh does have splint mail. It looks, kind of nice. Got little flourishes and things on it. He has a lute. He has a longbow on his back. He's just sitting there. He's playing his lute, just sort of tooling around and nodding to everybody, inviting them, complimenting them on their boots or things like that as they go by.
Well, you're definitely going to get some people that are that will come and sit down with you if you're inviting them.
Absolutely. I'll even pay for the drinks.
Wow. All right. You're sitting and chatting with let's roll some dice here. Warm them up. You are sitting and chatting with 2 elves and a dwarf.
Excellent. So you had a chart that said that, or you just made a decision, rolled some die, and then just said what you were going to decide?
No, I rolled some die, and then depending on how high the die rolled, the higher they rolled, the rarer the creature. And so it rolled
Oh, okay.
2 19s, and I was going to say in my head 19s and 20s are elves, and then it rolled 1 18, and I thought to myself, well, what is less common, what is just rarer than elves or more exotic? Well, that's dwarves. Okay. So 2 elves and a dwarf.
And I just want to note, since one of my players is here, that I, as a DM, do not make decisions in my head and then roll die and pretend that those decisions were the results of the die roll.
Oh, I do that all the
Who
fucking
would do
time.
that?
All
If
the
you're-
time.
If you're winking behind your glasses, I cannot see it, Rob.
Yeah, so there's 2 elven males and a dwarven woman. And
Well, hello, friends. It's wonderful to have you sitting here with me. Tell me about yourselves.
they get up and go to a different place and sit down where someone's not going to ask them about their life. And let's
This
flip
elf-
over to the other table where we've got Torque and Doreen.
This elf is way too nice.
I'm not ready for this level of friendliness. I'm sorry.
Was that Neal? You didn't want to have to come up with names?
They are just not interested in being that friendly with you.
Normal elves are just dicks. Drows are the friendliest people on the earth.
Mhm.
I mean a steak sandwich. So I kind of want a steak sandwich.
Torque wants a steak sandwich. Not unusual.
Oh no, Torque has a steak sandwich. Connor wants a steak sandwich.
I could go for a steak sandwich too. Maybe we should just cancel Shenanigans and go get steak sandwiches.
Live stream it.
We'll just all live stream walking to the various shops nearby. No, maybe not. Anyway, Connor, what is Torque doing?
No, he's eating a steak sandwich, and
All right, Doreen, what are you doing?
about it.
You're muted.
Oh, I was just commenting. Yeah, really empty table today. It's weird.
Oh, it is. Weird.
On the seats are your hands.
All right, let's go back to Josh then.
Marina's having a tea party with her hands.
Be afraid.
little tea set all set on the table, little hands pouring tea.
And everybody's terrified, and somebody's definitely going to get a cleric.
She is.
So Josh, those three that walked away from you go to look for another table, and the only other table with open seats is the one with Doreen and Torque. But there's like hands on all of the seats, so they begrudgingly come back and sit down with you. And one of the elves says, "My name's Hank the elf. Pleasure to meet you."
What a stupid name for an elf.
And what's your name, buddy?
Why, I'm Josh. I'm new in town, so I want to learn everything I can about it.
This town?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems pretty inconsistent. Shit happens and doesn't seem to really matter, and things appear and disappear constantly. It's hard to keep track, really, of what's happening in this town at any given point.
Oh, wow, that sounds very chaotic.
Yeah.
Does that have an impact on local defenses?
Seemingly not. Everything just seems to work.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So,
What kind of things happen here?
you know, sort of anything. I saw some skeletons delivering pizza yesterday. Once upon a time, some goblins came through and stole all the waffle irons in town and then set up their own waffle stalls. And then it happened again, like 6 months later. There's a pit to hell just down the street. It's just like an open pit to hell, and no one seems to fall in anymore or get worried about it.
An open pit to hell, you say?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
you say it's unguarded and no one seems to pay attention to it?
Yep. It's kind of a weird place.
No one taps the magical energies?
He shrugs. They didn't do it in Sunnyvale. I guess they're not doing it here.
Yeah, just kind of a thing, I guess.
Yep.
So what do you do, Hank?
Ooh, little this, little that. Mostly farting around. This here is my brother, Dale. And
Hey there, Dale.
hey there.
Those are some mighty dark glasses you've got, Dale.
What are you trying to say? Huh? Why are you looking at my
Saying I
eyes?
like
What
them.
what are you
They actually remind me of mine. Actually, I should mention that.
I've got my
Josh
eye on
has-
you, and you can't tell. I've got an eye on you.
I said, you can't tell with mine either. Josh has what look like normal dark sunglasses, except there's like some weird gnome steampunk stuff, and there's like a tiny little plume of steam that comes off from the side. He goes, that reminds me. And I'll call over to Desmond. Oh, innkeeper, sir. Could I trouble you for a bit of charcoal?
Desmond waves to a kobold who comes on over with two hands full of coal, not charcoal, but just coal, regular coal.
Oh, that'd be
And,
even better. But I just need. And I picked like the tiniest little pebble, and I put it in and said, I purchased these from a gnome here, Cogwrench Hammerbench. And I said, I just wanted some dark glasses to be able to better enjoy the sunshine. And he had some that looked perfect. And I was about to buy them, but he said, no, these over here are steam powered. And I asked him what they did that the non-steam powered glasses didn't do, but he just kept insisting they were steam powered. Didn't I want the best? So, yeah.
Wow. The kobold just kind of nods And once you finish your story, he keeps nodding as if he's still listening, and his eyes are very glazed over. He's like,
They roll into different directions.
Yep.
You're
So what great dragon master do you serve, young kobold?
Me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. You're more dog related in this realm.
All right. And with that, let's see what else is going to happen here today. Because you guys aren't developing any quest leads on your own. Stop.
I'm sorry.
landing
Could
cock.
just go out and randomly explore.
No, but that would be ridiculous. That's not how this game works. What are you talking about? Randomly.
Neal, I gave you a complete set of charts for generating random shenanigans adventures before.
You have, but that's not my
Do they all say incoming drow army?
MO.
No, it was when Neal told me that all my adventures were like totally on the rails. So I created a chart and just literally rolled the chart and DM'd the adventure, and like everything happened randomly as we ran it.
Or was it all just rolled ahead of time and you railroaded us through this randomly determined?
If you roll for every event that is going to happen, isn't that also railroading because you're still setting it a fixed event that is going to happen?
All right. Yes. Anyway,
You are building a railroad out of dice rolls.
So this random peasant near the door, you're kind of glancing out occasionally, and glancing back and glancing in and out, and then one time you turn to look out, and you just see like a shin, and maybe a knee, and a foot. And you realize there is a giant standing right outside the tavern that you did not hear approach.
Huh.
I will kindly step to the side.
The giant, there's no way it can fit in through the building. It's like 25 feet tall or something. Maybe not 25 feet tall, but 20 feet?
It's pretty tall.
It's big. It's a big giant.
Big.
Can I tell by the leg here what type of giant it is?
Why don't you make me a perception check?
I'm pretty sure it's 11, but I'll check after I roll.
Double check that. You're close.
It's 11.
This giant has no hair. Actually, that's not true. There's little bits of stubble. It looks like this giant has recently, but not too recently, shaved its legs.
Oh, it's a shaved leg freaking giant.
Forest giant. Yep.
No, it's worse than that.
You know what?
Think of a clever name, but it's going to take until after the break.
No, I'm still.
I just gotta say, I mean, first, we're just gonna keep getting all this backtracking. So the giant's like 25 feet. Well, okay, no, I mean, maybe 20, and it's like really nicely shaved. But I mean, well, okay, yeah, I guess it's kind of hairy. I just can't help but wonder if Neal feels so comfortable like overselling these things and the size and the cleanliness and everything, and then backtracking. I don't know. It just seems like it's a real natural thing.
What?
Okay, I see Rob's just going to have his own adventure because we're not going with him since he's gonna
So
die.
we're gonna play with the four of us, and Rob is just gonna mock the DM the rest of the session. That's Josh's character. He doesn't fight. He doesn't have stats. He just sits in the back and like commentates the game. that could actually be fun. Maybe we should do that as a separate idea one time. Not today, but one day.
The D&D commentator?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, wait, no, wouldn't that just be chat? But
We could be. We could
overlap?
have like characters that are live streaming the game to their video.
God. All right. There's a giant outside. It's gonna squat down.
Alright.
And who is the closest person to the door? Is that you, Night Viper?
I mean, it's that guy in the hood and the
All right.
mantle, but
The giant squats down and taps you, the thing, on the shoulder. and in a deep masculine voice says, "Oi, you."
The figure like slightly nods.
I need help.
The figure nods again, then turns around, nods to the bards playing, then runs out of the door.
What?
What?
The giant looks at where you run to?
He looks, and like a minute later, like everybody's like, what happened there? The bards like tune on a different song, and you hear hoofbeats echoing across the streets, and the bards tune up. The sound of hoofbeats across the street. Good folk, some cheers for our hero. Beware the deadly flashing blade, unless you want to end up shorter. Night Viper, he rides a pitch black steed. Night Viper, he's very neat indeed. Black, his gloves of finest mole. Black, his codpiece made of metal. His horse is blacker than a vole. His pot is blacker than his cattle. Night Viper, with many a cunning plan. Night Viper, a truly great man. And you see through the windows, there's a man on a pitch black horse, stopping in front of Shenanigans, jumping off. Clothed in fine black clothing, a bit like a 16th century style outfit with, a white ruff around his neck and cuffs, and a gaudy black hat with black feathers on his head, and at his belt is a black estoc. And he just looks up to the giant. I heard you were in trouble, my friend. You're looking for aid?
I am, yeah.
Don't worry. Night Viper, at your service. And I already have a cunning plan prepared.
I haven't told you the problem yet.
Well, go ahead. But I'm sure my plan already takes everything into consideration.
Well, you see, I dropped my engagement ring down an Ankh hole, and I can't fit in. So I need small people to go get the engagement ring so I can propose to my girlfriend.
I think Noreen just pops out a window and says, I'm small.
Yeah.
Good, I need you.
I've already planned for that. And we need, he kind of looks in, that person over there, sitting in the middle of the room. You there, with the white hair. And, yeah, that fellow over there, Noel, I presume. He can sniff out the ring. Ha! And, we need some... You there, over there by the fireplace. You look like you're desperate and very depressed. You're perfect bait for the Ankh. Baltic, write it down. And you see like a grubby, dim-witted looking peasant serf coming up, like trotting, try to catch up with the horse. And he has like a backpack with a lot of stuff and all that. Oh yeah, I forgot you're stupid like a kobold. Baltic, paper. And he brings him like.
He brings you paper. Yeah.
Yeah, and he. Feather and ink.
Produces feather and ink.
So, a plan to get a ring. Of course, we have all the parts we need. Only one thing we are missing is a big turnip.
A turnip?
Yeah. That is no, of course, no concern of yours. How much do you
good.
pay?
We don't really use coins like you people use coins, because we can't hold on to them. They're too small
No
for
problem,
us.
no problem. What else do you have? Precious metals, magic items?
Yeah, I got one of those.
Of what?
Magic items.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be taking that then. To all the other volunteers, glory awaits you.
That's not how that works.
No.
Okay, I pay you 5 gold.
No.
Is that fucking chump change? No.
Okay, I pay you 500 copper.
No, that's still just 5 gold.
500 copper it is.
No.
That's still 5 gold.
50 silver it is then? Alright.
No,
Boston
maybe if you
characters
start
don't
talking
have
like
gold by the
50 gold, I'll consider this.
Alright, do you have, besides the magic items, something else that you could give them?
You guys could all come to the wedding. If she
Magic
says
items?
yes.
Do we also get to go to the reception?
Yes.
Is there going to be good food there?
There'll be a lot of food because it'll be giant-sized portions.
Fuck yeah.
Well,
So, like,
a
when you
magic
get a
item?
steak, it's gonna be like...
As the reception guests or gifts on the table, will each guest get to take home plans for the fortifications of the local manor?
We don't have manors or fortifications.
Don't worry about that. So a magic item and an invitation to the wedding with lots of food. Sounds alright?
Yeah. You know, it's an on-cake hole, so there's probably some good shit in there anyway.
Of course, there's always special items or something in a lair of some insect monsters.
Well, you know, because they like eat farmers and like eat people, like your size
Yes, of
people.
course. Yes, and we all know that farmers have the most powerful of magic items and the greatest of treasure hoards. Well, Baltic can tell a tale.
Fun of
that.
me?
Well, it
All
looks
right, well-
like we are all set.
Make armor out of the
Where's the hole?
plates of pancakes?
Oh, it's out in the Silkwood. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, Baltic,
Can you
bring my
us there?
spider repellent.
We didn't pack the spider repellent, sir.
Spiders? You said that we're going a place with lots of spiders?
Yeah. And Silkwood's got lots of spiders.
Interesting.
Baltic, then I have to assume your smell must be enough.
Oh.
What do you expect? He's a dim-witted peasant.
So judgmental. So
I think
classist.
this is quite a sight. You know who I bet would enjoy this? That nondescript person who was standing by the door not long before. I wonder where he got to.
I don't know. Anyway, we are all set. To the Silkwoods it is.
All right. And the party heads off to the Silkwood, walking alongside our new giant friend.
And of course, Night Viper rides on his pitch black horse.
Of course. What else would he ride upon?
Maybe the back of Baltic, if he were not so smelly.
Perhaps. Okay. So you guys start moving into the Silkwood, being led
But
by this
wait,
giant.
before we go, we need a turnip. So we go to the market and I will buy the biggest turnip they have.
Well, the biggest turnip is the prize-winning turnip from this year's Harvest Festival. And it's actually a pricey turnip because not only is it large, but it's also a prize-winning turnip. Like, there's prestige in owning this one.
How much?
Actually, I would argue the opposite, because turnips suck. So a big turnip sucks
Yeah.
even more.
Yeah, that stuff's nasty.
You clearly don't understand the minds of peasants. They love turnips. I mean, give a peasant 500 gold, and the only thing they would buy is a giant turnip.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not
apparently
selling you
you're
my
the one-
turnip anymore. Fuck you, buddy. Get the hell out of here.
All right, I will buy the second largest turnip.
No, fuck you. Get out of here. I'm not selling you anything. No turnips for you. Hey, everybody! This guy's an asshole. Don't sell him anything.
Oh, that is
And yet,
rude.
he was the one trying to buy a turnip.
Well,
Does anybody else see the irony in
I was prepared to offer 100 gold for your turnip, but never mind then.
Sold.
No, too late. I will offer you 10 gold. Now.
Gives you his turnip. And cackles all the way home. He made off with it. Huge amount of money for a turnip.
I mean,
That's terrible.
it's not a huge amount of money for a noble.
Okay, so you got your turnip. You're all headed out into the Silkwood together.
How big is this turnip?
I mean, it's face-sized.
Perfect.
It's like a 5-pound turnip.
Baltic, while we're on our way, hollow out this turnip.
He goes to hollow out this turnip. On your way, your giant introduces himself as Bob. That's his name.
Bob.
Giant Bob. And he tells you that his fiance, his girlfriend is named Peggy. And they've been together for a long time. You know, it's been like 30 years. Giants live like a couple hundred years, so it's been a while for him. And he's just about ready to propose, and he gets this ring. It was his grandmother's ring. It's made from like the skull of this weird creature, and it's got like gems put in the eye sockets. It's beautiful, wonderful. But he dropped it down this ant egg hole while he was just, being Butterfingers and practicing proposing to a tree. And he's going to lead you to it. Is there anything that you want from Giant Bob before you arrive at this ant egg hole?
What's it look like?
The ring?
Yeah.
All right, so it's got this like broad head. Have you ever seen like a hammerhead shark?
What's
If it
a
had a
hammerhead shark?
skull. All right, think about a shark whose head looks like a hammer if you view it down the longest axis. All right, look, it's a weird, roundy, shapy, scully thingy with
Okay.
big red gemstones for where the eyes are, and then like the skull like goes into this like metal band that like wraps around the backside.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
It's a
that
fish
off-white.
that has a tool on its head. It's like the gnome of the sea.
Yeah, I think they're just stupid. I don't know
Fair
why there would ever be a hammerhead shark. It doesn't make any sense.
I would require, do you have a flintstone with you?
No, Fred's at home, man.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Bam! Bam!
God.
Other than that, I only require your best wishes, but there's no question that we will succeed. My cunning plan will solve your problem in no time.
Okay. The giant leads you all the way through the Silkwood to the Ankh hole.
Well,
And sure enough-
along the way, I do want to chat with.
Please.
So the other character, I think it was May. Is that your name?
May looks at the individual suspiciously, wondering what this individual has. Because he actually knows everyone bar the very Ponzi noble and this gentleman here, because he's actually encountered them before. But
Let me
I'm
just
the
introduce
giant.
myself. My name is Josh. We don't want to be strangers. Strangers are just friends you haven't met yet.
Okay.
And your inquiry?
Oh, I just wondered what you do. We've got, I mean, the man with the giant turnip. I mean, clearly he's got a plan to somehow reward a giant bunny for going into the Ankeg tunnels to retrieve the ring or something like that. So he's clearly, I feel like I got to know him. There's the woman with all the hands. I mean, that just kind of speaks for itself. There's the great big dog person who was eating the steak. So I feel like I kind of got his number there, but I don't really know about you, and I'm kind of curious. Who is May? What does May do?
The correct reference they'd probably reference me to is the grunt that likes to hide as a building gets collapsed on him as dragon pile drives it. That's probably how they'd reference me. Or militiaman, expendable cannon fodder.
Oh, did you say militiaman?
Yes.
Oh, so you're familiar with the local defenses?
Yes, and I will not be telling you them.
Oh, well, see, I feel that one has to give back to a community, and that by giving to the community is one of the best ways to become integrated in it. So I personally would like to join the militia.
See the sheriff.
Absolutely. I plan to.
A good test of one's strength. Though don't ask the what happens about the previous sheriff. If you push on the window of Shenanigans really hard.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or do it. Whatever. What could go wrong?
Anyway, I believe we have a job to do.
Absolutely.
I've got to save up for my dragon scale armor anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Just to, just as, random traveling chatter, would you say that you're as skilled, more skilled, or less skilled than the standard militiamen here in Desu?
It's hard to compare. You should go and ask them.
Definitely. Yeah, I should do that. Just make friends and chat with more people.
Have you arrived at the hall? The hall?
As long as you guys are done with this conversation. Yeah. Yeah, you guys have arrived at the Ankeg hole.
Well, it is time to go over my cunning plan. First, we need someone to watch our backs. You there, white-haired elf. You look like a trustworthy person. You will have our backs, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Well, Baldric, you will go in front of him. Then I follow. Then we will have you. He points at Doreen. I've heard some rumors that you are some kind of cleric, right? Well, you will be our middle ground. Then...
No.
What was that? Yes? All right.
No.
Well, if you want to lead, be my guest. Anyway, you, and he points at May. Baltic, the turnip. Takes the turnip, takes his stock and pokes two eye holes in it. Foop, onto May. You're going to be the distraction.
How is this a distraction?
Well, it's a bloke with a turnip on its head. Who would be distracted by that?
See, this is why he was the leader. I heard giant turnip. I assumed he was going to use it to get a giant rabbit to go into the hole in order to retrieve the ring.
That
So
would be
it wouldn't
ridiculous.
But I in no way saw this coming. That's why he's the leader.
It's not the lead.
That would be ridiculous. It would be a feast for the Ankak. Well, you will be either the Ankak are very hungry and will be distracted by the turnip, or they're not and will still be distracted by the turnip.
Do you know what an onkeg even is?
Some kind of insect.
What do you think it eats?
Anyway, you there,
What do
our
you think it eats?
friendly furry fellow. You're going to be our nose.
What do you think the onkeg eats?
Some kind of hindrance in our way.
Okay, whatever.
You will sniff out this very
Prisoners
precious
thrown into
ring.
Their pits.
We have an example right here that smells like giant. That ring will smell like giant.
Okay.
Well, everything's set, and nothing can go wrong.
All right. Well, you guys are now standing before the open Ankh-Egg pit. The plan has been laid bare for everyone to see. Everyone has sort of just kind of gone along with it. No one really seems to be that interested, but we'll see.
What's the AC bonus from a turnip?
As a helmet.
Possibly negative bonuses to your AC.
Oh, also, you're going to be next, right behind our, guide here.
I think the leader should be in the front.
Yeah.
That would be nonsense. You wouldn't be able to hear my commands from in front.
So then you're
After
not.
all, if there is a situation where I have to adapt my plan, I would have to tell you.
That's what turning your head's for, bro.
Have you seen this thing? Impossible.
Then here, let me help you with that. And I'll like pull out a knife and like going to cut it off.
Whoa, what are you doing? This thing costs 25 gold. It's the newest fashion.
Yeah, and it looks fucking stupid.
Well, you wouldn't know, I suppose.
If you can't turn your head, you're not going to be effective in combat. It's like you don't know what you're doing or something.
I suppose I can loosen it up a bit.
No, it's like extra armor for your neck.
No, not really. It's poofy. It's not protective.
Well, it gives one
What
an
if a vampire
outrageously
Can you
good-looking
imagine a
outfit.
vampire getting through that?
Yeah, I can.
See, I told you he is a good one. Anyway,
All right. You guys are before the
really
pit,
cutting plans.
and I think it's time for us to go into the pit, which means we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will figure out what the hell is going to happen here. So see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.